It's bright as hell up in here. All these lights don't normally be on.
What's to y'all today?
I don't know what and of course y'all gonna make it seem like I'm being a diva, and I'm not. Y'all just not doing what y'all. Are we recording? Was that a yes or a no? Yeah, count me down. So, the first time I edged, it was on accident. And it took a while for me to put two and two together that I actually liked edging, right? So, I remember the first time I edged with like my sex toy. And when I was using it, part of the reason I was stopping is because I was confused as to what I was feeling, right? So I'm like, oh, it feels good, but wait, it's like, this feels naughty. Like, this is intense. Let me stop. But then I like start back. And I didn't even really realize what I was doing until like, oh, okay, now I like, squirted all over the place. Like, that's what edging is. And then like as I continue to like, I'm like, oh no, that's like a positive response, right? So I want to keep doing that because that shit was just fun. Like I just had fun by myself. And then I started to realize that I even liked edging when it came to having sex with a partner. And I would think back to like times where a guy would be like we having sex and then he's going at like a steady pace, right? And then I like, oh, stop. And then we'd get back to it. It's like, that's edging too. So what I realized is that sex could be so many pleasurable things. And it's not just about the orgasm, but if you can incorporate different things to heighten or improve your orgasm, that just makes for, again, an overall great sex life. Of course, every sexual experience you have doesn't have to have an orgasm, because you can't have an orgasm and then not have a pleasurable experience, right? Because the orgasm can be, you could tamper with the orgasm. You can press the orgasm button and then boom, like, oh, there's a such thing as having an orgasm too quick, of course, whether you are a man or a woman. But today I want to talk about edging, because I've talked about edging before in the past, but I've never dedicated a full episode to edging. So today's episode is going to be about edging, and I might touch on shallowing a little bit, because what I realized that I like that shit too. And it's similar to edging in a lot of respects. So yeah, today's episode is about edging. So, I know it's going to be some people that are listening to this episode and do not know what edging is. So let me take our opportunity to elaborate on or define what edging is. Edging is when you are stimulating yourself consistently up until you're about to orgasm, and then you stop. So you don't actually allow yourself the gratification, the instant gratification of reaching orgasm immediately. What you do is you prolong that, right? So you might be stimulating yourself solo or with a partner. You might be engaging in some sort of stimulation for a consistent amount of time. Now, everybody's going to be different depending on, like, are you a veteran edger or are you new to this shit? So your edging session might not last that long if you just starting out versus somebody like me. I be edging for like 30 minutes, so it's kind of insane over here. But you might start off edging for like maybe a minute or two, right? And then right before you feel like you're about to orgasm, you stop. You wait about like 30, 45 seconds, and then you start all over again. Now, what I realized that I like about edging is the tease aspect of it, because that's what you're doing. You're teasing yourself. I'm a tease. I like when I am teased. And clearly, I like to tease my fucking self because I be edging myself and I be teasing myself. So if you are someone that has never experienced edging, or based off this description, you realizing like, wait, yeah, I think I like that. I might fuck with that. Or you probably thinking like, I ain't never experienced that. I want to experience that. We're going to get into some different techniques, tips, and, why would you want to edge, basically? Because I know I've said this before. I've posted it on, like, Facebook and said, yo, edging is lit. And then I've had guys comment and say, that shit is torture. I don't know. It's a thin line between pleasure and pain because, I don't know, torture me a little bit. The fuck? So I want you guys to walk away, of course, with a good idea of how you can apply edging to your own sex life and what might be, again, some benefits for you. Just because I enjoy that shit don't mean you gonna enjoy that shit. We learned all throughout the kink series that people have their different kinks. They gonna be into their different shit. They gonna like what they like and they gonna dislike what they don't like, and that's cool. But I definitely encourage y'all to try edging, because one of the reasons that I have a really, really, really high sexual endurance is because I edge a lot. Like, so ain't no, oh, we gonna fuck for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna be straight. No, I could fuck you for hours. I'm going to want to fuck for hours. And I kind of did that to myself because I'm an edger. So the if I have sex with you, you're gonna, you're gonna have some endurance. You're gonna benefit from my high endurance, basically. So I hope you're ready. And if you're not ready, I hope you got some toys that's ready. So, yeah. I want to tell y'all one of the benefits, of course, to edging. So, I already talked about, basically, I just gave one of the benefits away, which is endurance, right? So, it goes both ways for both men and women. It's actually edging there were like some medical papers that were published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine in the 1950s. And edging was used as a treatment for premature ejaculation. So if you are a guy, look, I'm here to educate. I am not here to shame. If you know you coming in under 4 minutes, you should be edgy, okay? This is something that you can easily practice with you could do it alone or you could do it with your partner. Like, literally, you can make it a game. And over time, you will see your sexual endurance increase. So it's definitely been used for premature ejaculation. I definitely think that before I started edging, I still had a high tolerance, high endurance. But now it's like insane. Like, was already on demon time. Now it's like steroid demon or something. Like, it's kind of insane. And don't let no drugs be involved, because then it's like orgy me at that point. But this is a great way for you to last longer in bed. So if that is something that's on your goals for 2024, we talked about sex goals a couple weeks ago, right? We always talked about sex goals in the beginning of the year, because why wouldn't you be planning for better sex in the new year? Y'all plan for everything else. Y'all plan for better finances and better relationships with people. How about y'all plan for better sex lives? And one of the ways to improve your sex life, if you want to last longer, again, I'm not telling y'all that you have to last long, but I'm telling y'all should want to last long. Because why would you want to like a little quickie? Why would you want to not experience pleasure for just a little longer, right? I'm a pleasure advocate, so I'm here to help you guys. So definitely edging will help you last longer. All right. It'll also increase the intensity of your orgasm. So when you do finally have an orgasm, you're going, like, your whole body is going to be engaged. right? I'm going to pivot a little bit. One of the other benefits to edging is just the awareness of your body that you begin to have when you're really that in tune with it, right? Because in order to edge, you have to know when you're about to have an orgasm, right? Sometimes people don't understand when they're about to have an orgasm. It just happened. And it's like, oh, well, I know after it happened that it happens. I kind of can only speak for women because, I don't have a dick. And I don't know how it works with dicks. I would ask someone with a dick, but they don't want to talk to me today. So I can only speak from the perspective of someone who has a vagina. And there was a point in time where I didn't know when I had an orgasm till after it happened. I'm like, oh, that just happened. I couldn't really determine the exact moment right before it was about to happen. But now, again, edging is a really great way to explore yourself because you have to be patient, you have to pay attention, you have to be intentional. All this good shit. Like all of that. So, it's a really good way to get in tune with that. Also, I want y'all to keep in mind that, even when it comes to like the different stages of arousal, right? So let's talk about the 4 stages of arousal. You have excitement, you have the plateau phase, then you have the orgasm, and then you have resolution. Now, these 4 phases are consistent with both men and women. It's just women, their resolution time is a lot quicker than like a man's, right? Ladies, you ever be having sex with a man, he like, all right, give me a minute. Women don't really be needing a minute. We get like, you keep going. Like, I just had an orgasm right now, keep going. Like, don't stop, actually. Like, beat it up harder right now, actually. Because our resolution time, we can like get right to it. Versus them, they're like, oh hell no. Like, I feel drained. Like, I can't feel my legs. I can't see. I'm blind. Like, they got some other shit going on. So our phases are sometimes not aligned, right? But when you know that ahead of time, then you can use that to your benefit, right? So the more information you have, the more you can plan your sex sessions accordingly, right? So for example, if you say, all right, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna edge myself with my partner not engaging with me. They probably just like looking. Y'all know I'm always telling y'all to masturbate in front of some fucking body. It's lit. Try it. But you can edge yourself in front of your partner and then engage them on like in the subsequent edging sessions, right? So you might edge yourself for like a couple minutes and then right before you finna orgasm, all right, you stop. Then when you about to begin again, maybe you have your partner shallow you as part of like the edging session. Let me tell y'all what shallowing is. If you do not know what shallowing is. Shallowing is when your male partner, your penis owning partner, a penis owner, or you might have you might have a partner who's using a dildo, a faux penis. You might have a partner. So you're going to only stick the tip in and then pull it out. Stick it in, pull it out. And then you're going to play that way. Clearly, I like teasing and playing around. So something like that really, for me, it kind of heightens my kind of sexual energy. So if you wanted to do something like that, okay, cool. Like you could see people be thinking you need like this really huge penis to experience an orgasm when no, you could get yourself there from shallowing. And we know that just the head is not that's not going that deep, right? So what I also want you guys to know is that because there are so many nerve endings in the entire vulva. So it's like we not just talking about the clitoris, we talking about the whole thing, right? That's why some people, even when they get like labia massages, like you can have an orgasm. You can have an orgasm from that. There's so many there aren't so many types of orgasms. There are a couple different types of orgasms. You have one from, clitoral stimulation, from penetration. You can have an anal orgasm. You can have an orgasm from no kind of, somebody could damn near whisper some shit in your fucking ear the right way and choke you a little bit. Boom, orgasm. So what it comes down to is understanding your body and being patient with yourself, because the more experiences that you have, the more you're patient with yourself, the more you're intentional with yourself, you will begin to have a connection with your body that is enhanced, it's heightened. You are gonna know what feels amazing and what doesn't feel amazing. You're not going to be confused about your pleasure, right? You're going to know exactly where your pleasure comes from because you've experimented with yourself. You've been patient with yourself. You are experimenting with your partner and being patient with your partner as well. So, I talked a lot about edging. I talked a little bit about shallowing. Let me tell y'all when I realized I like shallowing. It was actually a couple years ago, maybe 5 years ago. It seems so long ago. 5 or 6 years ago, I realized I like shallowing, and I was high. So I was high. I was having sex with my current boyfriend, and he just was like sticking the tip in and taking it out, sticking his head in, out, in, out. And I didn't know why he was doing that shit, but it felt good. Then he'll like pull his dick out, beat the head on my clit a little bit, and stick the head in again. I'm like, okay, you doing some you doing something different. I don't know where this came from, but I like it, right? And it got to the point where I was asking him to like, hey, do that shit again, because that shit was lit. And I feel like a lot of people don't experience that because men just be wanting to put their whole shit in you all of the fucking time. So I feel like men damn near got to be in a mood to damn near tease you, to play, to have like a fun play session damn near, because that's what it is. It's like a game, right? And I can probably count on one hand out of the hundreds of times we had sex that he actually did this. And that shit was probably like my most memorable and lit experiences because, again, he wasn't like just trying to put his whole dick in me. It was like, oh, you teasing me, motherfucker. So now I'm like, I want more dick, but you're not giving it to me. And now it's like, again, this game, like you're teasing me, right? But even with that, like I talked about edging, I talked about shallowing. Think about the different ways that you can experience pleasure that might prolong the entire session, right? Because just sticking the tip in and out, shallowing, you're not gonna have no quick sex session doing something like that. Like that's not the full extent of what sex is, right? That's not the full experience. So even with that, I would argue that shallowing is a type of edging as well, because, and it's like it kind of go both ways, right? Because for the guy, if he edges just with the tip of his dick and he's like, oh, in and out on some shallow, like he's shallowing, right? And then right before he about to come, he just stop and then start all over again. That's edging, right? So I challenge you all to edge more. Now, you can, leave in the reviews how, amazing your sex life is because I've, helped you discover edging. You're welcome. But for me, again, I think the beauty in it is that by doing this, you're able to look at sex differently. And that's one of the biggest missions when it comes to provocative, is for people to really reimagine sex, think outside the box, get creative with it, get creative with how you explore your pleasure, how you explore your desires. again, you're going to get to a point where you like, damn, I used to, use my sex toys and I'd be out of there in 5 minutes. Now I can I could listen to a whole album. I could watch a whole episode or something. And I'm just dragging out my orgasm and I feel better about it. Like, I feel like I have a more intense experience because of it. And y'all know I love intense shit anyway. So it definitely makes sense that I'm an edger. But yeah, I was reading like a way that men can edge, because it's like I know a lot of my listeners are men, and because I can't provide you guys with a male's perspective on the edging matter right now, I'm going to tell you what I read about so you guys can give me feedback based off this. But basically what the article on Healthline told, this is what I read. So it basically said that whatever the kind of like super sensitive part of your penis is, of course, every man is going to masturbate differently. Some just focus on the head, some gon' long stroke they shit, like whatever floats your boat, whatever gets you where you need to be, you do that. And you don't touch no other area of your penis. Like, you only focus on the super sensitive part for you. You stay there, you rub your fingers in like a circular motion, like you stroke yourself, right? And you keep rubbing until you get super, super hard. And then right before you're about to come, you stop touching your penis or you squeeze the head of your penis. And then you allow yourself to get a little soft again, and then you start over. Now, if you are listening and you do edge, right? Feel free to drop a message in a Discord, drop a message in my DM, provide me with some feedback, because I would love to follow up with this and help people. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you guys on your pleasure journey. So, yeah, I want guys to edge more. I want women to edge more. Honestly, I feel like if guys alone just edged more, everybody's sex life would improve. Because again, we talked about the 4 stages of arousal. We talked about how women have a shorter refractory period. Their resolution time to be able to keep going is way shorter than men. So if way more men just edged, it wouldn't be no, oh, he came quick. It's gonna be, she's running, because why the hell you still want to fuck on me? So we wouldn't have to worry about, going to Pound Town for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Like, motherfuckers is really ram me or shit. Like, ram me. So I hope you guys have found this episode helpful. I hope that you go edge tonight. Go edge tonight, actually. I think I'm going to edge tonight because I'm horny now. So that's all I have on this episode of Prhoevocative. I do have a couple things that I want you guys to know about coming up in terms of what Prhoevocative has going on, right? So first thing is Prhoevocative has 2 sponsors, right? So the first sponsor is Poppy Secret Treasure. You can go below, click on the link to the website. You can get 20% off your sex toy purchases by using the code Prhoevocative. That's PRHOEVOCATIVE. Y'all should already know the spelling, because how else did you find me, right? So go ahead and get 20% off some new sex toys. Valentine's Day is in a motherfucking week. If you listening to this after Valentine's Day, still get you some fucking sex toys. Like, this shit is year round. Like, you don't have to wait until Valentine's Day to use a sex toy. Like, get y'all some new sex toys. It's time for some new sex toys, okay? So go ahead and do that for me. Click the link below. Go ahead and check that out for me. Now, I do have another sponsor. This is a newer sponsor, and the company is called Haru. All right. So this company has a lot of CBD based products, but they're sex products, right? So you guys can click the link below for those products as well. I'm going to do a review of two products in particular, and with those two products, I want you guys to again click the link below. But basically, the two products are a massage oil, and y'all know I've been giving massages, so I gotta give somebody a massage so that I can try that one out, right? And then the other product is a product called Thirst, and that product I'm going to use during fellatio. I'm actually very excited about that. That product, actually, the product, I'm sorry, the product is not called Thirst, it's called Thrill. So that is a sex drop product. So with that product, it improves the orgasm experience because it has like this warming sensation. So it's a serum, it's not a lubricant, so you can't use it as lube, right? And yeah, it's going to boost the sensitivity. So I'm kind of looking forward to using that during fellatio. I might masturbate with it just to see, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. So looking forward to trying out those two products for you guys. What else I got? I will be in Philly on March 1st for Pod Nation. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to edit this in. All right, so on March 1st, I'll be taking the stage at the inaugural Pod Nation event. What is Pod Nation? It's a podcast festival and live show presented by the L&L Network, featuring all your favorite podcasters under one roof. So I'll be in Philly on March 1st at the World Cafe, and you guys can get your tickets below. I'm going to link that below for you guys to grab tickets. If you're in the area, pull up. You'll see me. You'll see some other amazing podcasters, Larry Lionel, Tequila Talk, some more people. It's going to be lit. This is the first event like this, but I'm pretty sure if this one goes well, we're going to do it again. So, yeah, that is all I have. So, as always, don't forget to share, review, like, subscribe, send the show to 3, 4, 5, as many people as you think would enjoy the show. Again, make sure you are rating the show in the platforms because that is how people find me. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all. I'm out.